In John chapter 10, verse 3, Jesus paints a beautiful picture of how trusting in God's character leads us towards union with Him. Jesus says, "The sheep listen to His voice. He calls His own sheep by name and leads them out. When He has brought out all of His own, He goes on ahead of them, and His sheep follow Him because they know His voice." In this analogy, Jesus reminds us that consistency in proximity with Him will naturally shift us into the knowledge of trust. However, even deeper, He reveals that it is in the knowing of the details of His voice where we discover our safety and our freedom that come from union with Him. A few verses later, in verse 10, Jesus rounds off the edges, if His point was somehow still unclear, where He says this, "The thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. But I have come that we may have life and have it to the fullest." I am the good shepherd, Jesus says. The good shepherd lays down his life for his sheep. Jesus promises a full life when we come to Him and choose to trust His leading. Following reading scriptures like this, my first question usually is, what prevents us from walking in this type of freedom and union? Most often, it's our desire to control and protect ourselves. Those fears hinder our ability to hear the voice of the Lord in the hectic flow of life and in the noise of our culture. So how do we adjust our posture to be able to receive this gift of partnership and union with Jesus? And the Spirit reminds us that it's in gratitude and surrender where the sheep find their freedom and their union with their shepherd. Gratitude recognizes where we've been, the experiences that we've had in overcoming with God's involvement. It allows our hearts to grab a hold of the hope and joy that those moments carry. Daily connection with God naturally draws out a posture of gratitude and praise that allows us to remain in the heavenly frequency where the voice of the Lord is broadcasting. And the natural next step is surrender, because it often flows out of moments of gratitude, because we realize that we simply cannot control as much as we think we can. And it's there, in those seeding moments of releasing control, where the Holy Spirit tends to nudge us towards what is needed. And what we crave is Jesus. He is our good shepherd. He is our source. He is our freedom to be able to enjoy life. And the goal of the day should remain to learn the tone of His voice and be quick to follow. Jesus is our good shepherd. He is for you. He is with you. And He has gone into your tomorrows to prepare the way. But He has also gone into your yesterdays to bring healing and restoration. And His presence fills our current moments to give us the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to navigate through whatever life brings your way. And our responsibility is simply to learn and to follow the voice of the Lord. Voice of the Lord, rise. Through the voice of the Lord, fight. In the voice of the Lord, find sight. Through the voice of the Lord, come alive. fall of 2025, I was sitting at home, praying and seeking the Lord's direction and wisdom on how to start promoting the first single off my new album, when He shifted the conversation into something a little bit deeper, into a space that was unknown to me, into a world of trusting where I had to make a choice whether to follow my original game plan to release a different song or follow what the Lord was telling me as the first step in this project. Because the one thing I've learned over the last handful of years is that when God opens a door, nobody can shut it. So this was a moment in time where I had to practice what I say I believe. If I believe the Holy Spirit is directing, that's where we're going, even if I don't know why. And this song has a special place in my spirit and in my heart because of one phrase, the voice of the Lord. It was almost like I was sitting at a table, witnessing a conversation with the Holy Spirit in my spirit. And I was asking, how can I convey who the Lord is? So when people are singing this, it's not just their mouths voicing, but it's their spirit crying out and standing on truth, promise, until those promises meet their reality. Because the desire that I had was that this would be a song that would be sung as if we were the musicians standing in front of the army of Israel about to go into battle. And one of my favorite things about God is that He does things differently than the world. He does not follow trends. He is the creator of creativity, author of authority, and here, the one reminding us of our foundation that we have to stand on and fight with. Because God is in the business of redefining what we view as not fitting in into something that launches our faith to stand on truth in spite of culture, in spite of pressure, and learn to walk in the authority given to us through Christ. Let the voice of the Lord rise. Through the voice of the Lord, fight. In the voice of the Lord, find sight. Through the voice of the Lord, come alive. Can you hear it? Tell me, can you feel it? The voice of the Lord carries hope. In the voice of the Lord, find rest. For the voice of the Lord is joy. The voice of the Lord, the hope of the Lord, the word of the Lord won't fail. Time and motion surrender, and What is the voice of the Lord saying and bringing? How about we consider the following? It brings freedom in life, confidence while in confusion, security while in chaos, peace in the middle of a storm, partnership and closeness, unconditional love, unexpiring mercy, and authority over evil. Now let's take a look at who God calls a man after his own heart and how he modeled how to walk with God daily. David understood his dependency on God's wisdom, his authority, and sovereignty over his life. David valued and honored the truth that a moment before the king would change everything. David's connection with the Lord brought victory after victory because he inquired of the Lord often and consistently. And it was that confidence that David had in the Lord that allowed him to pen one of my favorite journal entries that he had. Psalm 29 proudly proclaims truth while David was dealing with great distress and hardship. And it goes, "The voice of the Lord is over the waters. The God of glory thunders. The Lord thunders over the mighty waters. The voice of the Lord is powerful. The voice of the Lord is majestic. The voice of the Lord breaks the cedars. The Lord breaks in pieces the cedars of Lebanon." And then David says, "He makes Lebanon skid like a calf." And that was always puzzling to me, because now the voice of the Lord is causing dancing and moments of sheer joy. And I love that, because David wanted to pause to recognize more about God's character than just his power and might. To David, God was more than just a go-to when in need. He was his friend. He resumes with, "The voice of the Lord strikes with flashes of lightning. The voice of the Lord shakes the desert. The Lord shakes the desert of Kadesh. The voice of the Lord twists the oaks and strips the forest bare." And after reminding himself of all that the voice of the Lord can do and is, David's posture shifts into a sense of worship and honor before the Lord. David models for us how speaking the characteristics of God will not only remind us of who we are under his covering, but it will free us to experience what comes from being in union with him. And that union shifts us from being internally focused into a heavenly mindset and perspective of honor. This psalm reminds us that understanding is one thing, but knowing through experience develops a deep-rooted truth and faith that nobody can steal. And David knew the fact that since the Lord is, was, and ever will be, that victory in life is and always will be found only in him.